you almost have to simplify the equation.
You have to find fulfillment in yourself. You have to find out, what do you do for yourself that makes you happy? What do you personally do for yourself that brings you joy and fulfillment?
If he fails, at least fails while daring greatly. I feel like my hands are full, but I wouldn't want to have it any other way. And I honestly feel like you guys need to find what you want to do. Find what drives you. I wake up every morning excited, and I feel like that's a rare kind of thing, but it shouldn't be. You should be able to find what you want. You should be able to look and see what you enjoy. What do you enjoy doing? Do you enjoy helping people doing this or that? Or what do you enjoy doing? Find that out and explore the world, guys. Give the world something. Give the world something. You can benefit the world in any sort of way. All the time, and some of you guys may just want to turn this off because I sound like a broken record. I sound kind of cliche, but how do you do what you do, man? How do you become successful? The answer is so simple. It's so freaking simple, but I still get asked every single day. And if you take three things, you take your work ethic, your desire to become better. That includes the willingness to be able to take criticism, take positive and negative criticism, and take that away, become better yourself, and become better at your craft. So work ethic, the ability to be open-minded, and consistency. If you combine those three things, guys, you will eventually be successful. A lot of you guys are like, oh, you got lucky, like, all these people that do well in life just get lucky, right? And not everyone can do it. You're just in this unique position to be able to do that because of X reason. And it's absolute bullshit, guys. Excuse my language, but it's absolute bullshit. I'm gonna use YouTube as an example, but just keep in mind as I'm talking, this can be anything in your life. This can be college, or this can be being the best engineer and getting a great job, or this can be being a musician, or whatever that, being the doctor, whatever your goal is, right? And you feel like you're not going to be the best out there. I'm going to use YouTube as an example, but I've been doing YouTube for almost 5 years. Since March 2012, I've been doing YouTube. And I had a chart that I found on my analytics from the day I started my channel until today. And guys, the first 2.5 years, it's a chart of growth, right? The first 2.5 years, my line was like this. It came up like that much, like this, like that. And that is the time, that beginning phase when there's no traction, there's no momentum, there's nothing pushing you forward. That is when everybody quits. That's when the 99 percentile quits at what they're doing because they don't see the immediate response. They do not see the progress. They think, I'm gonna fail because it's not hitting off, whatever, screw it. Maybe I was doing 3 videos a week in the YouTube scenario, maybe in a different scenario. Maybe I was studying a ton, now I'm gonna start studying less. It's just not worth it. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna be good like those other people that are, blowing up. And it's so easy to say that. Even for me, guys, you look at athletes like TJ, he's had his channel like a year and a half, 2 years. He's already at 500,000 subscribers. You look at these people gaining 50,000 subs a month, 100,000, even way more than that. And it's easy to get demotivated and compare yourself to people. But looking at my chart, 2.5 years, I had this amount of growth. The following 2 years, the chart literally starts here, year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 4.5. And it's like, there's so much momentum now, but that momentum is not given, it's earned. And yes, you may get a little bit lucky, you may have a stroke of luck here and there, but if you're not consistent throughout those slow times, if something lucky does happen, you'll never know if something's gonna happen unless you're staying consistent and continually doing this. Do not give up, do not get demotivated, you're not seeing immediate progress, and that is the number one thing. Just consistency is the one word that I wish I could just engrave in your mind, guys. Like I said, not just with YouTube, but with studying for your exams, with practicing your instrument, with doing things that you say you're gonna do. You just do them consistently. You follow through with what you say you're gonna do, no matter what comes up, no matter what excuse comes up, how you're feeling, how your mom's sick, how you got sick, how you're just kind of lazy today. And there's so many excuses you can always say, but just stick with what you're gonna do and what you say you're gonna do. oh, well, I'm 18, I'm gonna go to school for 4 years, I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna start like working towards opening this gym, right? Start working on that now. Like, why are you gonna, like, by saying that, by telling me that, you're telling me that for the next 7-8 years, I'm shutting my mind off from doing what I want to do so I can get these steps knocked out according to the book, right? I'm following the book, then I'm gonna start working. Start working now. Save that time. It's frustration from okay. Say it. Start now. No excuses. Your age doesn't matter. Gather experience along the way. It's great to be book smart. It's amazing to know the theory behind everything, the theory behind business and just all the numbers. It's great to know the numbers and the detail. What you think are the details, but real life situations, real life experience, in my opinion, outweighs any textbook out there, guys. So get out in the real world and start doing. Start acting, okay? And if you start acting and stay consistent and you have a passion, if you combine those things, you will be successful. Monetarily, you'll feel fulfilled, you'll be happy, truly happy, if you're really doing what you're passionate about. We're gonna say I'm a tree, right? You as a person, you're watching this video, you're a tree, and you have branches, okay? All these branches are the things that you're trying to balance in your life. There's this, there's that, there's a girlfriend, there's my 9 to 5, there's this job that, or this business venture I'm trying to go for, this thing I'm trying to do, and then I'm getting distracted doing that because I'm trying to do this over here and this over here. And you have a lot going on, right? And you're trying to balance it all. Now, the secret is to trim your branches. You need to focus in on a few things, guys. Focus in on the things that you really want to improve on. You can't, if you try to do too much, you're gonna notice that you get stuck. You're not making progress in any of these places that you're trying to make progress in because you are trying to do too much. You're getting distracted. Too much is on your plate and it's hard to focus on the main goal. So many times I run into people that are extremely ambitious. They've got plans, they've got these big goals that they want to hit, and there's, it's easy to talk up this big game and to say, all right, we're going to be in 50 different locations. If you're a business, we're going to have this app. It's going to have 100,000 users within weeks and everything. And so many things get proposed to me, guys, on a daily basis. In theory, all that sounds great, but what a lot of people don't do is you almost have to simplify the equation. If the equation is this business and you've got all these plans, and you can sit down there and you can see the future, you can see what you want, you can envision what you want. That's a great starting point. But you have to simplify the equation and find out, what do you actually have to do first? You need to be sure that you are giving your primary goals, your primary and secondary goals, the tree, all the branches, you need to trim the branches into the good branches, the ones that you want to stay. You need to focus on those and be sure you're not spreading yourself too thin. Be sure you're not trying to take on too many projects at once so you can't focus on the main project that you have because you're just trying to do too much and you're getting lost and you're unorganized and you don't have good time management because you're trying to do too much. You can have a very, very good work ethic. You can have an amazing work ethic. You can be ambitious. You can pursue these goals, but if you're not focusing in on certain tasks, like step at a time, one at a time, take things slow and be realistic with yourself, you're never going to reach those big goals. It's just frustrating to see so much potential, and then so many people fail and get complacent and they don't realize they're getting complacent. They think they're trying to do more and more and more, but in reality, you're not really moving because you're trying to do too much. And I hope that makes sense to you guys. But again, my secret, my tip, trim your branches, focus in on the things you want to focus on, give those things attention, feed that hunger, feed those branches, nurture them, and you're going to see everything just succeed. And that's how you become successful. Then once you do those steps, the steps get bigger and bigger and bigger, jumping, you're taking huge steps, and then you're in this spot where it just doesn't stop. It never stops. It's constantly moving forward because you're constantly pushing yourself, because that's the ambitious mentality that you have. It's just you can be ambitious, but you have to realize you have to start. You have to start slow, and then things will grow. What you have to understand is these things over here, these tangible things, this house, this car, these Louis Vuitton shoes, this Mercedes, whatever it is,
that is not going to bring you fulfillment. That will not bring you happiness. In the end, it doesn't matter. There's a certain point. Money, it does not bring you happiness, guys. Let me tell you. And it's not, I'm not trying to be like, oh, well, if you have no one to share it with. No, that time's going to come. You have to find fulfillment in yourself. You have to find out, what do you do for yourself that makes you happy? What do you personally do for yourself that brings you joy and fulfillment? I've been lucky enough to figure that out. Producing content, being able to help you guys. And majority of my viewers probably don't see many benefits other than maybe killing 10 minutes and watching a video. But there are people that come up to me, a lot of people that tell me their stories and this inspiration and how I helped them through this part of their life and this part. And like, that makes me feel good. Being able to help my family out, being able to financially help if they need it, like, I can do that. Being able to get my dad a car because he had wanted one for like 2 years and could never get around to it. And it's not the car, it's the fact that that can happen. It's the fact that I'm in a position now where I can do that. And the problem is that there are not enough doers. There are so many people that kind of look at this, going back to the 16-year-old, right? There's so many people that look at this motivation. They look at the car, they look at these motivational quotes, these motivational videos, they watch videos on YouTube all the time, they look at people doing what they want to do, and they can respect it. They're, man, one day I'm gonna do that, one day I'm gonna do that. But you know what? If you don't take any action, if you don't start doing, I don't know what else to tell you guys. You can watch as many videos as you want, you can listen to all the speeches, read all the quotes, you can look at all this motivation that you want, but until you start acting and working for your own life, for your own self, that's when you start seeing the success. Once you see that growth and that motivation gets you fired up, that whole process of you falling in love with what you're doing, then you reach fulfillment. That's how you can find your fulfillment. That's when you find it. But too many people can't get out of that motivated phase. Find your motivation, get started, start doing. Once you start doing, everything starts rolling, everything starts coming. And then you're in a position where you can help others. You can share your knowledge, you can share your experience, you can share what's worked for you, what hasn't worked for you, you can share just help people. And it drives me insane just having people say, you know what, a Ferrari is not motivation. No, it's not, that is not the end goal, that's not fulfillment. If I die tomorrow with a fucking Ferrari, who cares? Like, that doesn't matter. Not everything has always been so great, and there's been recent times in the last year that, like, I've had those lower points, and right now I'm at a high point and I'm just soaking it all in and taking opportunities as they come. I'm trying to treat the people around me that I really care about well and show that attention and give that. And I'm trying to be conscious to give that to people, and I think that's something that I'm learning as I'm getting older, is just to really, really value and treat the people that have been there, treat those people well. Are you really doing everything you can? You have to ask yourself that, because so many times we that are not as talented or as just, we're not as good as these people that are above us or better than us at what we're trying to do. Is it that they're smarter, or is it that they study harder? They study more hours. Hard work and consistency will beat talent any day of the week. You just have to put more effort in. And just don't look at others and talk down on them because they may be doing better than you. They may just be working harder than you, and that's a hard truth. That's a cold, hard truth. Is your YouTube channel not growing? Are you putting up videos up? Are you putting up consistency? Are you putting quality content up? Are you really trying that hard? Or do you, for example, my first year and a half on YouTube, I barely broke 1,000 views on anything. Do you give up then, or do you keep going? And if you keep going, if you continue pushing, continue doing whatever it is that your passion is, that you want to do, whatever that thing may be, if you keep pushing, eventually something is going to happen. I'm too busy working on my own grass, as a metaphor, to notice that the other person's grass is greener. So be so focused on you and building yourself and building your business and your character and your relationships that you don't even, you don't care if anyone else is doing better than you. You're focusing on you, you're putting your time there. Don't put time into being concerned about what other people are doing and thinking and
what their opinions. So just focus on what you're doing, guys. Competition-wise, business-wise, relationship-wise, take care of your responsibilities. And if you give your full attention here, everything's going to pay off. If you're giving your attention here, but you're noticing this, and you want to get involved in this and this and this, you're going to spread yourself too thin. And I think that's really, really important. I think that's something that has gotten me to where I am today, is focusing on yourself, and not the negativity and the distractions that life brings. It's so funny because you see me dressed like this. I've got torn up jeans, I've got a baggy hoodie, like I'm not shaven. And if someone saw me on the street, some random person, oh man, his dad must be whatever, he must have a great trust fund, blah, 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 blah. But if you were to see like a businessman dressed up in a suit and a tie and really nice and it's tailored and he looks like he's in the corporate world and he's a CEO or blah, blah, blah. If he looks that way, you'd be, oh, that guy can drive that car, but some dude looking like this can't afford these kind of things. And it's all bullshit, guys. The standards of everything now have changed so much in this generation. We're in a generation where everything is changing. Everything is on your phone. If you want to be whatever you want to be. I watched Casey Neistat's video the other day. What was it called? I believe it was called something about do what you can't or be what you can't. And if you want to be a broadcaster, you can be a broadcaster now. If you want to be an artist, you can put your videos online. You can go viral. That's Justin Bieber. If you want to become a gym owner, you can do it. If you want to be a fitness guy, you can do it. You can be a trainer. You can train hundreds of thousands or millions of people. You can do whatever you want now. It's just insane how much things have changed. And nowadays, you don't have to be in that corporate world wearing a suit and, you know, drive one of these by the age of 55. Like that doesn't have to be the standard. Get that out of your head, because I feel like so many people are stuck in that mindset. And the sooner you can get those limitations that you set for yourself out of your head, you'll be able to blossom and just go and not be scared anymore, not have fear, to be able to go after what you want and just pursue things that you enjoy. And if you enjoy things, if you really, really like something and enjoy doing it, it's not going to matter if you have hiccups and bumps along the way, because you're going to finish, you're going to succeed, because you're going to love it. If you're doing something you don't really love and you're kind of frustrated with it, it's hard for you to pay attention, you're not going to do great. So find something that you love and just give yourself to it, and all this stuff just kind of comes along with it. It says, it's not the critic who counts. It's not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who's actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who at best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly. And that quote's so relevant, guys. I have so many people asking me, or just critiques, how is he doing that? How does he have this car? How does he have this gym? He's only 23, and literally, guys, what is stopping you from achieving your goals? Are you too young? It's actually young it's better if you are young. What's stopping you if you're young? You don't have any responsibility. What happens if you fail? Nothing will happen if you fail. Stop looking at others and saying, damn, he must have that because of this, or because of this, or because of that. That's why I don't have that. Stop making excuses to make yourself feel better. Look at yourself, guys. What is holding you back? It's a little bit different if you're older. If you have kids, if you have a family, if you're married, you have a mortgage, yeah, you have to abide by that. You have to be sure those bills are paid. You have to be sure you can take care of them. If you're young, it's an optimal time to do what you want to do. Take advantage of your years. What are you going to lose? What are you going to lose? And I'm tired of people looking at other people and just assuming things because they haven't put the work in, or they haven't challenged themselves, they haven't taken a risk in life to do what they want to do, because they're scared, they're held back. And guys, if you are the 1% that's actually listening to what I'm saying, I'm getting heated. If you're that 1%, 1 out of 100 that takes that step and takes the leap and believes in what they want to do and reaches that success, I guarantee you 95% that hasn't tried that they're just gonna be critics. They're gonna critique. They're gonna say, well, he got there because of this or that or because of that. And inside, they're looking at you just upset that they haven't tried. They haven't given it their all. They have not given it everything. And until you give it everything, don't be the critic. Be the doer. Be the man in the arena, like that quote says. Put that work in. Put the sweat. Put the blood and tears and the sacrifice. Do it even though no one's behind you. Guys, when I was younger, my mom was crying for months while I was sidelining school. I was chasing this passion. She was crying for months, telling me to stay.
My friends, when I started vlogging at Texas Christian University, TCU in Fort Worth, Texas, thought I was stupid. It was funny. I was like a joke in the hallways in the dorms. And now look, years later, sticking to what you say you're gonna do, no matter what that venture is, do it. People are gonna look at you years later and be like, damn, he did it, and they don't really know what to say. So do it, believe in yourself, and just do it, guys, whatever you want to do.
A lot of, and myself included, it's so important to take it in and kind of like, wow, damn, this is sick. Like when I walked in here today and kind of like, wow, like, oh, damn, it kind of hit me, and it is sick. I'm gonna miss the hell out of this gym when we move, and it's amazing, and it's a part of history. It's like a part of me, you know. It's been 3 years here now, and a lot of things have been created here. And with that said, though, like what's to come is so much. It's literally like we're taking what we have here and we're gonna amplify everything. We're gonna elevate everything to a level that we've never shown before, never done before. And it excites me so much. But I feel like a lot of people can kind of get stuck on that, like, this is getting the job done, it's good. And though it is, it's just like, I can't wait to keep moving. And I think that's kind of, maybe it's like my addiction is that, just like, but wanting like better and stuff. But I challenge you guys to think that way in your work, in your business, in things that you're trying to get better at. You have to constantly think, what could be better? How can I take this and take it to that next level? And I think that if you do that enough, like throughout small daily tasks and everything, like just literally anything, showing up to work or doing your job or doing this or putting that last hour in when you're studying and stuff, like those little touches of how you can elevate yourself and the things that you're doing add up. And over time, yeah, it's just, I encourage you to think that way. Don't get too complacent. It's okay to enjoy the moment, soak it in, but where are you going next is how I like to kind of think. You may not like it, it may not be for everyone, but that's me, man.
Just share growing up. You know, I started this channel, I was 19 years old, and there is so much I've learned as a person over the last 4 years, and there's so much I learn every day, every week, and all I hope with this channel is that you guys can take away like something. Entertainment, knowledge, tips, anything. And as long as I can give you guys, like, if I can make your day that much better, then that's all I can do. That's all I can ask. So I want to keep doing that the best I can.